You can have 10,000 subscribers and still not have a single person raise their hand and say, I want to work with you. You can post consistently. You can follow every format that's supposed to work. You can hit your numbers, and still, people will scroll past the moment it matters. Here's why. You have been optimizing for the wrong thing. Not because you're careless, but because almost everyone teaching personal branding, especially right now, is teaching you to chase attention. And attention was never the goal. Attention is easy to get and worth almost nothing on its own. What actually moves someone from, I saw your video, to, I trust this person enough to hire them, buy from them, or recommend them. The one factor for that is what I'm going to talk about today. And I want to walk you through exactly what it is and why most professionals unintentionally damage it, and how to build it deliberately video after video. Let's start with something that you already know, even though no one said it to you directly. Every metric you've been told to care about, views, watch time, subscribers, likes, none of those matter. They're proxies, rough signals that might correlate with something real, but you can win every one of those numbers and still lose the one thing that actually matters. Whether or not a stranger becomes someone who trusts your judgment. Think about your own behavior for just a second. When was the last time you hired a consultant or followed a doctor's advice or bought a service from someone because they had a lot of followers? You didn't. You did it because something they said or did made you think, wow, this person knows what they're talking about and they're not going to waste my time. Or more importantly, this person is not going to mislead me. That is trust, and it's the entire transaction. Content is just the mechanism that lets a stranger experience enough of your thinking, your character, and your competence to arrive at that conclusion without having ever met you. So if trust is the actual currency, the real question isn't, how do I get more views? It's, what specifically in this video gives someone a legitimate reason to trust me? And even better, trust me more after watching it. That single question should sit above every other decision you make in your content. Your topics, your titles, your delivery, all of it matters. Here's something I see a lot with people at your stage of your career. They're accomplished, credible, genuinely good at what they do. When they start creating content, they spent 15, 20, 30 years building trust the traditional way, through a track record, through referrals, through reputation. The process was slow, but it worked because trust was demonstrated in person over time through real results. Then they get to YouTube or LinkedIn or any kind of content that you're posting. And suddenly, the entire industry around content creation tells them to do the exact opposite. Hook harder, talk faster, manufacture urgency, post constantly, regardless of whether you have anything worth saying that particular day. And something in you correctly resists that. And it feels dishonest. It feels like the version of you that built a real career would never behave this way. So why would you behave this way on camera? Here's the trap. A lot of professionals resist the hype-driven tactics and then swing too far the other way. They play it so safe, so vague, so corporate that the content doesn't build trust either. It just sits there, competent, but very forgettable. And trust isn't built by hype, but it's also not built by caution. It's built by a very specific kind of visibility, one most professionals were never taught because it wasn't necessary early in their careers. And that's what we're going to talk about, what we're covering today. Trust in content comes from four things. It doesn't come from tactics. It comes from structural elements that need to show up consistently across your videos. And I want to go through each one because this is the actual blueprint. First one is demonstrated competence, not claimed competence, but demonstrated. Anyone can say that I'm an expert in this. That claim on its own is worth absolutely nothing, especially to a skeptical adult audience. And your audience is skeptical because they're smart and they've been marketed to their entire lives. What builds trust is showing your way of thinking. So walk someone through how you'd actually diagnose a problem. Show your reasoning, including the parts that are uncertain or nuanced. When you say, here's how I'd approach this, and here's why I'd avoid the obvious answer, you're not telling people you're competent. You're letting them watch your competence happen. And that is a completely different level of credibility. And it's the single fastest way to separate yourself from the noise of generic advice. Number 2 is consistency between what you say and how you behave. This one is subtle, but your audience feels it immediately. Even if they can't articulate it, they can feel it and see it. If you preach patience, but your content is full of urgency and scarcity tactics, if you talk about integrity, but your titles overpromise what the video actually delivers, that is a bad thing. Every one of those gaps is small. None of them feel like a really big deal at the moment, but trust is cumulative and it's also fragile. It's built in drops and then it is lost in buckets. I love that saying. One clear mismatch between your stated values and your actual behavior does more damage than 10 mediocre videos. So remember that. And then 3 is honesty about your limits. This is the one most professionals are afraid of, and it's the one with the highest return. Say what doesn't work. Say when you don't know something. Say when the best practice everyone repeats is actually situational or outdated or oversimplified. Acknowledge the trade-offs of your own advice instead of presenting it as universally correct. And here's why this matters so much. An audience that has been marketed to for years has extremely well-calibrated radar for people who never admit a downside or that they're wrong. The moment you name a real limitation, you're signaling something, and it's something rare, that you are more interested in being accurate than being impressive. And that is precisely the kind of person that a discerning professional wants to learn from. Keep that in mind. Okay, presence over time. Trust compounds. It's not something you generate in a single viral video. And if you're building a brand meant to attract serious clients, partners, or opportunities, you don't want the kind of trust a viral video generates anyway, because it's shallow and it's short-lived. What you want is the kind of trust that comes from someone watching 4 or 5 of your videos over a few weeks and noticing a pattern. This person thinks clearly, follows through on what they say, and doesn't waste my time. That pattern can only be demonstrated through repetition. It's the accumulation of small, consistent proof points, which is exactly why sustainable long-form, substance-driven content will always outperform chasing, whatever today's trends are. Put those 4 things together: demonstrated competence, consistency, honesty, and presence over time, and you have the actual mechanism behind every personal brand you respect. It's not luck. It's not algorithm tricks. Now, let's talk about what erodes trust, because most of the damage isn't dramatic. It's death by 1,000 small cuts. Here are the ones that I see most often with professionals, especially at your level. Overpromising in the title and the thumbnail relative to what the video actually delivers. Even a small gap between what someone expects and what they actually get creates a flicker of, oh man, I feel like I was misled. Do that enough and people stop clicking, even when the content is genuinely good. Next one, borrowing authority instead of earning it. Leaning heavily on credentials, name drops, or as seen on logos without ever showing the actual thinking behind your expertise. Credentials open the door. They don't build the relationship. So be damn sure you know what you're talking about and you have some expertise in that field. Talking in generalities to avoid controversy. If your advice is so safe it could apply to anyone, it doesn't actually help anyone. And your audience can totally tell the difference between real insight and safe filler. They will know that within the first 30 seconds. Inconsistent posting, that reads as inconsistent commitment. This isn't about needing to post daily. It's the opposite of that kind of pressure. But if months go by silently and then you reappear asking for something, That reads as transactional rather than relationship. Selling before you've earned the right to sell. A call to action that shows up before you've delivered any real value in the video feels like a bait and switch. None of these mistakes are catastrophic on their own, but your audience is making a trust calculation with almost everything they watch. Consciously or not, they're doing it. So enough small signals in the wrong direction and the calculation flips, even if your actual expertise is real. Before you publish your next video, run it through this filter. Ask yourself these 4 questions, honestly. Did I show my reasoning or just my conclusion? If you only gave the answer, go back and add the why and the when it doesn't apply. Did I say anything in this video that I wouldn't be comfortable saying to this person's face in real conversation? If the tone shifts into hype the moment the camera turns on, that's a signal to dial it back. It's not good. It is so easy to pick out, and it sounds terribly salesy. Did I acknowledge a limitation, a trade-off, or an edge case anywhere in this video? And if that answer is no, you are probably oversimplifying, and your audience will notice that. Even if they can't name why something feels slightly off, it will feel off. Does this video deliver on exactly what the title and the thumbnail promised? No more, no less. If there's a gap, you've got to close it before you publish. Not afterward. It's almost impossible after you publish. Then run every video through those 4 questions. And over time, you won't just have a channel with more views, you will have a channel with people who actually believe in you. You don't need a big hook, a trendier format, or a louder delivery. You need your audience to walk away from every video that you post slightly more convinced that you are exactly what you say you are. And that's not a growth hack. It's a discipline. And it's the only strategy in this space that compounds instead of resets every time the algorithm changes. If this video reframed how you're thinking about your content, the next video I would point to walks through the specific framework for turning a video watcher into someone who actually reaches out to work with you. Because trust is the foundation, but it still needs a bridge to conversion. I will link that video here. And if you are building your channel seriously, not chasing trends, but building something that has real staying power, subscribe. I'm covering exactly this kind of strategy every week for professionals doing this thing that we're talking about the right way. Thanks for stopping by. I am out.